In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
The ways in which our media product developed and or challenged forms and conventions of real media products was through the genre action, which is notoriously known for gunfights, missions waiting to be completed, high-tech machinery, and a cat and mouse chase. There was a magnitude of conventions we had to follow in order to meet the expectations of the genre of our trailer, and as a group, we decided that it was for these particular elements we could watch a movie after seeing the trailer. Therefore, include these elements, codes of conventions, in our trailer as we thought that it would develop our media product.
Iraq will have its blueprints.
We also picked up common conventions we could pursue and manipulate in order to meet the expectation of our teaser trailer from real media products, for example, Abduction, Mission Impossible, and Jason Bourne, which all had similar traits and characteristics towards the action genre. For example, we took away the idea of equilibrium, a state in which opposing forces or influences are balanced. In this case, the amount of mise-en-scène, editing, camera, and sound that resemble action within the trailer impacting the audience. Our trailer's main theme is that of an ironic good versus evil, as our main protagonist is a thief who stumbles upon an important USB in which he reforms from an anti-hero into a hero.
When analyzing teaser trailers, for example, Abduction, Mission Impossible, and Jason Bourne, we discovered numerous elements in which we needed to bring about a gripping teaser trailer. For example, in Abduction, there was a point in which the audience discovered that the protagonist was a missing child. We decided that we could use this idea and therefore change and develop it. The original scene takes place in a normal room where the protagonist finds out that the people downstairs were not his actual parents.
I found this site that shows you what missing kids might look like today.
We took this idea of finding out an important or significant event and in which changes the life of our protagonist. For example, stealing the wallet and stumbling upon a top-secret USB with weaponry data. We use this idea of pathetic fallacy as when he stumbles upon the USB, suddenly the lighting is dark and mysterious in a way in which shows human emotion through the atmosphere. Not only did we like this particular scene from Abduction, but we also enjoyed the fast-paced editing and quick cuts in which created a panic factor displaying the key feature of action. This influenced us to incorporate the fast-paced manic scenes to captivate the audience.
They'll find it immediately.
We also thought that the trailer went well with the soundtrack, a typical diegetic sound that had been amplified to make it more exciting. For example, in Abduction, the sound of the gunshot was amplified to make it more effective and exciting. We thought as a group that this would hype up the audience and keep them watching and engaging into our trailer. Therefore, we developed upon this convention as we incorporated a chase scene in which the main protagonist was running away from enforcement officers. This had the most amount of action and impact as there are gunshots, fights, and a sense of speed and danger to keep the action alive during the trailer. This also influenced us to research the best type of action soundtracks that are copy-free and that will fit the typical action film, which will captivate and merge the audience into the trailer. Another way in which we analysed and developed or challenged forms of conventions of real media products was through analysing the Mission Impossible trailer. We found multiple elements in which we could use to bring about a captivating teaser trailer. For example, when watching Mission Impossible, there was multiple key chase scenes in which we thought we could develop to create our teaser trailer. The main element we thought was of much relevance to our teaser trailer were the chase scenes, which brought about a sense of speed and danger, keeping the audience on its toes, as well as more engaged into the trailer. It was a combination of extremely saddening shots and different visual styles that displayed an indication of where and when the scenes are taking place. We wanted to develop this attribute in finding locations that are out of the norm and present different visual styles. For example, we used the London Eye to display our main area, and generally in action movies they are set in built-up areas, as chase scenes are more effective due to the rushing past of buildings, as the audience gains a greater sense of speed and action that you would if you were running through a countryside. Therefore, we couldn't use a location that didn't display a sense of speed and danger to keep the action alive during the trailer. Specific location can include anything from underground tunnels, flats, slums, and iconic buildings in which we used. The colour scheme was often dark colours to make the characters more suspicious, as within Mission Impossible the costume scheme for the government officials were black suits. We developed this idea and dressed our police informers in black and our villain as a rich millionaire with a powerful deep voice, which sounds menacing towards the audience.
How long are you going to keep running for?
find him immediately.
He wears a blue suit to differentiate from the police officials, as he is not following the laws within finding the main protagonist. We also incorporated a voiceover in which we challenged as the protagonist is speaking about himself, giving an overview of who he is and his background story, to show how he got into the situation he is in, not a voiceover that is menacing or dangerous, more inviting the audience to watch more and gaining a sense of relation between the character and audience.
I planned everything to the minutest detail, but this time, it had a knock-on effect.
Throughout the trailer, we wanted to denote a sense of crime through the aspect of lighting. We did this through the effect on the camera as that saturation was changing so that we could get a change of mood throughout the length of the trailer. As you can see from the beginning of our trailer, where the lighting has a very high tone of lighting, we wanted to portray this as a welcoming and inviting place, as we wanted the audience to feel comfortable, as we wanted the mood of the audience to soon fluctuate as the lighting gets darker tone of lighting, which represents the main protagonist's characteristics. This was influenced by the film Jason Bourne. As you can see this at the beginning of the film, where the protagonist was in a high-key lit atmosphere. We thought that this change would be very effective, as our character, being a thief, steals from an unknown man, where the tone of the lighting is much darker, which also affects the location of Leicester Square as a dangerous and deadly place for crime. I think as a group we accomplished to show different locations and different lightings, to feed the audience with different and fluctuating emotions, concluding them to keep on watching. Furthermore, for the costumes for our characters, we decided that the introduction of our main character was the most important section of our trailer, as it will initially introduce the characters and characteristics and personality through the clothing he is wearing, and therefore we thought of multiple ways of dressing our main protagonist, as we were inspired by multiple action films that all dress their protagonists in different lights. For example, in Mission Impossible, the main protagonist is dressed in a suit, a very professional piece of clothing which creates this element of profession with the skills and abilities he is capable of. This is also the same with Jason Bourne, wearing a suit, which also shows his ability of streak fighting skills and abilities. In some ways, we were inspired by Abduction, as it being from more simple and more towards our target audience. Our main protagonist being a teenage boy, he's wearing casual clothing, in which doesn't make him stand out or give off a professional ability like a special agent. Yet he's capable of fighting and free running, and therefore we decided to use a similar clothing to that of Abduction to our teaser trailer, as we really wanted to bring about the characteristics of our character through the clothing that he is wearing. For our main protagonist, Nick, we wanted to bring about an uneasy, threatening, and yet casual look to how he is dressed. He's wearing a grey jumper and black jeans in order to give his underground street edge of a pickpocketer, as we researched images of what a typical thief looks like through Google Images. We found out that this was shown through baggy clothing and a big jacket, so that he can put items that are stolen inside his jacket, which in turn gives the character a more sinister personality about him. This was inspired through looking at real-life pickpocketers, which all are dressed casually, in which they blend in with the public. We decided the best way that our character would fit in was to blend in with the public, using dull colours such as grey and black, as well as not having anything that would easily target him. Essentially, it's as if it's a predator picking out his prey undetected and eventually stealing from the prey without being accused due to his casual and in some ways threatening clothing. For example, we gained these ideas from I Am Legend, Mission Impossible and Transformers, which also gave this urban street attire throughout our teaser trailer.
Beautiful, mate!
How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary text? When making our product and ancillary text, we knew because it promotes our film, we had to make them all link to show the audience that they all come from the same promotion pack and to show the audience how effective our combination of our promotion pack is. Firstly, to show the link between the three products, we represented the genre, which was action, for example through character, because through the trailer there's not one scene where the characters are laughing or smiling, and we had to combine the genre of action with our ancillary text. As you can see, in the trailer, there were many shots of the characters looking serious, angry, and stressed out. We also portrayed this in the film poster to show that it's an action film, and everything is serious and professional. Although the magazine cover is out of character, we still portrayed that it was an action film by having writing around it such as enemies in character and this is them laughing, wait till you see them in the film. This helped link all the products and help show that we are presenting an action film and shows that they are all linked together and help promote our package to our audience. Another way we made our main product and ancillary text effective is with the fonts we used. For our poster and magazine cover, we used the same house style. The reason for this was to show we are advertising the same film and for it to stand out to the audience. To make it stand out, we used a Mission Impossible text meme font. We did this to represent the genre of action by making the color of the film title black and red to represent danger. We linked the poster and magazine through a black and red title. We weren't able to do this for the trailer because we had no time, but we used the same title to carry on the link and make our combination of our main product and ancillary text effective. Also, to make our products effective, we used the same color and lighting throughout the main product and ancillary text. When we did our trailer, we noticed that there was a lot of low-key lighting. This was because it was serious and also represent the genre. We portrayed the genre through the ancillary text by using colors such as black and red. The reason for this was because black and red colors represent danger, and we had to portray the links between all of them. Also, black and red colors stand out a lot and also show a recurring pattern to the audience so they understand we are advertising the same thing. Also, we used coming soon in the trailer and poster to show that they're not different, because if we use different dates, there would be no link between them, and we had to link the whole promotion package together to make it effective to the audience. In conclusion, we linked our promotion package well through genre, text, color, images, and lighting, and linked them all to show our target audience what we are promoting.